Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Trading with Sergio Monday edition, Melt Up edition. A lot going on today. Um, about to go net short. Maybe I'm already net short. A lot of changes in the account. I'm glad to say a new equity all-time high at the moment. We'll see how it goes. Trimmed pretty much every profitable long position, pressing some of the shorts. So, welcome to Trading with Sergio, Monday edition. I'm going to do these obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's Power Hour for July anyway. Yeah, a lot going on today. Pretty hectic actually for the first couple of hours, 3 hours. Look, trading is not easy. Okay. I actually have a great video coming out on Wednesday. I highly recommend all of you watch it. I literally put in my 30 years of what I learned in a video, and I'm putting it out. Please share it. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I think the channel is growing, but I think I'm not doing this for YouTube. I'm doing it for um, whoever is willing to listen, because I think I have a lot to say, and what I say should be taken seriously, because you can't teach or buy or learn from a book experience, right? When it comes to trading, it's completely different than investing, obviously. Investing should be long term. Investing should be looked at as creating or possibly creating generational wealth. The reason for that is you have to. There is no other choice. The choice is keeping fiat currency in your bank account and watching it melt away. Or the choice is learn, educate, get the correct information, and do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Government's not going to save you. I'm not going to save you. I'm going to try to teach you. I'm going to try to give you the correct information. I'm going to try to give you a fish here and there. But the key is you got to learn how to fish. It's not easy, right? But more importantly, please watch that video on Wednesday when it comes out. You need to know what you're good at, okay? A lot of people do, I don't know, a lot of things. They read something, and I tell that to my member group all the time. I go, tell me something I don't know. They go, oh, I read this. I go, yeah, so did 25 million other people. Now, when they do act upon what they read, short term, could it put things out of order? Yeah. But ultimately, a stock is a stock. It's a company. It's a living entity with humans running it, as much as we have AI, machine learning, all that good stuff these days. Ultimately, decisions are made by humans, how to run these companies. And we have many examples of failures and many examples of absolute wonders. Okay. So, and as a trader, you have to be the same way. You have to be able to read the tea leaves. You have to be able to figure out what's mispriced. And that's called an edge in our world. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on edge, especially day traders and things like that, which I don't do. You don't really have to have an edge, but you need to know who you are. You need to know where you belong in the race. If you don't know, you're just going to suffer mentally, definitely financially. You're going to pay your tuition to Wall Street. You're going to swear to God that you're never going to do it again. But then it's endorphins, it's emotions. You'll do it again. You'll find some money, come back and do it and blow that as well. And Wall Street's happy to take it. And without education, without information, and people think they have it, People think they tweet things out and this and that, and they read a tweet, they think, oh, that guy knows. That guy doesn't know anything. The only one that knows is the market. Mr. Market knows. And I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot in my 30 years. So I'm going to put that video out on Wednesday at noon Pacific. Please watch it, share it. It's my Bible. It's my rules. It's what I live by. Trading. Investing, completely different story. Actually, I will talk about investing tomorrow. Long-term investing, how wonderful it is to create financial freedom for yourselves. But that's tomorrow. So what's happening today? Let's see. We have the weekly docket. Okay, tomorrow. Fed Chair Powell speaks. The unwanted man. The man who is getting smacked by everyone in the administration. I personally think he's done a decent job, not a great job, but it's not him, right? There's 12 Fed governors as well. He was appointed by Trump, so he shouldn't be complaining too much about it. But so Fed Chair Powell speaks Tuesday. There is a rumor that he's going to announce his resignation. I say the odds of that are like 1%. Then on Wednesday, we'll have June existing home sales. Home sales are absolutely in the toilet because mortgage rates are super high. Affordability index is as bad as I've ever seen it. And the major part of the affordability index, obviously, is interest rates and mortgages, right? When interest rates were zero, you could have gotten a mortgage at 3.5%. 30-year fixed today is 7.5%. That's with good credit. And because of the printing, right? I talked about it all the time. All asset classes are at new highs, although there is some softening happening in certain areas of the country when it comes to real estate prices. I'll talk about that this week at some point in detail. On Thursday, we have PMI global manufacturing data coming out. On Thursday, again, new home sales. So last week was unemployment. This week is new home sales. On Friday, June durable goods order data, and earnings season has started. About 15% of the S&P 500. Usually banks go first, and then high tech, right? I think this week is Tesla and Google. Earnings are here. It flew 3 months ago. Where did it go? Time's flying this year because of all the excitement and volatility. Time's flying this year. Really, weeks are flying. I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, but you have to have the stomach for it to weather all these storms because I want to just a couple of things about trading. Trading requires discipline. I'm not going to give away what I said on Wednesday. Trading that requires discipline. Trading requires being diligent and having your parameters set. And when things get there, you execute. You try to be as robotic as you can. It is not easy, right? I still can't do it, even sometimes. But you have to have a plan, and then you execute it, and then whatever happens after that, it happens. Nobody knows what's going to happen. If anybody says, I guarantee this is what's going to happen, nope, run the other direction. They're bullshitting you. It's all about probabilities, and the probabilities somehow get better with experience. That's what I noticed. Because you start eliminating the fluff, because we have a tendency of over trading. We do. All of us do. All traders do. And when you start over trading, you have a couple of losers, and you don't take those losers. You don't take the losses. Now you're struggling, right? Now you're behind the 8 ball. But anyway, it takes discipline. And personally speaking, I know pretty much everything I need to know when it comes to technicals and fundamentals and charts and data analysis and the Greeks when it comes to derivatives and options. And I know, just know enough. But when you put it all together, you have to have discipline. Without discipline, none of that is any good. So discipline is something that you have to train yourself. You have to train your brain. Because as humans, we're all positive people, mostly. We think of positive things, right? We think of buying something at 1 and selling it at 2. We don't think of negativity and negative news and things like that. We do react to it when they come out, but we somehow, most traders somehow are not equipped to take advantage of potential hazards on the road. And when it comes to trading, you need to be able to be nimble enough and disciplined enough to once in a while figure out that the light at the end of the tunnel is a train coming at you. You need to know that. You need to feel that. And that comes also with instinct. And a lot of people say, well, what indicator do you use? What do you do this? What do you do that? I tell them I'm a gut trader. I've always been from the first day. Obviously, I know enough. But when my gut is telling me something is about to go sideways, I listen to it. You have to have instincts. And I'm glad to say that my instincts are as sharp as they were when I was on the desk. And I will continue with discipline, rely on my instincts. And from what I know, the best traders are the ones that have their instinctive. I'm not saying luck. Luck is part of it. You got to have luck. But you have to have good instincts. You have to have a nose for what's going on. And that comes with having seen the same picture, because they do repeat. Okay. Because yes, we're looking at a screen, right? The old days of pit trading is gone. We're all looking at screens, 2-dimensional. The old days, it was 3-dimensional. I would see a person's eyes roll in the back of their head, and the guy like, oh, that guy's in trouble. He's got some stuff to regurgitate. And then you try to take advantage of it because you're looking at another human being. Are they sweating or whatever? It's like playing poker, being in the pit. Those ended, but now we're all looking at a screen, 2-dimensional screen. All the fonts are basically the same. The colors are the same. We don't know who we're buying and selling from. It's going through, getting routed through some server, and you execute. Is it easier? No. It's actually, I think it's harder. It's faster, but I think it's harder. So that's why you need to, you just develop the instincts to apply to screen trading, as opposed to one-on-one looking at another human in a pit and trying to take their guts out. So yeah, that's trading for you guys. Let's see what's going on. Good morning, everyone. SJ, good morning. Doug, good morning. You're very kind, Doug. Here's my gunslinger. Watch out. This man, I'm so proud of him. I don't know if he's older or younger than me, but this man has improved. I don't know, like leaps and bounds. I think he's the young one of the group. Yes, he's improving. Luis is getting close to the gunslinger, actually. These are all my members. Luis has learned quite a bit as well. Traveler is always here with his eyeballs. Good morning, Traveler. Vic is the mature one of the group. We're all a bunch of idiots. Vic is like the it's cool, calm, collected. Well, I'm cool, calm. Well, okay, so we Why did I call Doug Gunslinger? Because we're trying to put nicknames for all the members. So I'm Iceman. Iceman was my call sign or my nickname on the desk because I think I'm pretty cool, calm, collected under pressure. Vic will have to come up with a name for Vic. Vic does what he does. He plugs along. Techie B has been here for a while. Hope you're doing well. And Mr. Premium of Option. Happy Monday. Cash Secure puts on ride printed today. He always comes up with one winner. Do you ever take a loss, Mr. Premium of the Option? I just want to know. You're like you're raising my curiosity. I'm like a cat. Do you ever take a loss? Have you ever taken a loss? I don't know, because every time you show up, which I'm glad you show up, you go, today's the calls printed, short calls. Today the puts printed. I'm like, have you ever taken a loss? I hope so. Francisco Quintero, good morning, sir. Oh my God. Bro, we thought you were dead. What is happening? I even DM'd you on the side. You ghosting me. I'm not sure. Come on, man. Gosh. Up, up, up. There you go. There you go. My call is paper hands. We're trying to get you out of that call, but for now, I agree with that call. Yeah. Well, everyone not has taken a loss. Everyone must take a loss. Must, not has. That's a given. I'm taking his losses. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I'm glad you're around. Yeah, what was I saying? Anyway, I was saying hi to everyone. I would, actually, let me put the link up if you guys want to come on. Well, I have nothing but time today, so here's the link. If any of you want to come up and chit chat, you're more than welcome to. Just grab the link. You don't need any special software. Just make sure your internet connection is good and you're in a quiet place. We're doing well, sir. Equity all-time high. Hold on. Before I go to my positions. Okay, you're on, Marcio.
I'm always going to come over and say hi.
Okay. Bro, we're like Earth to Marcio. What's happening?
The
I know you
company,
said you're working like a monkey, but I mean, like,
yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
I have been very lucky. I've onboarded now since I started about 17 clients.
Okay.
Hired my first employee this week
Look at you.
and spent the morning looking for offices, and I'll probably hire another two people until I'm going to say probably until September.
Okay.
I just have a lot of leads, people coming to me asking for help, and today I have two additional clients that I'm going to be onboarding.
You want to
So
hire me?
listen, you're hired as the COO, is the Chief Operation Options Officer. No, I haven't been able to do anything. I looked at the market. I'm incredibly amazed. I see all-time highs in front of us, and I just don't get it.
You don't have to
People are
get it.
just spending
You don't
money
have
they
to
don't
get
have.
it.
The only thing I'm starting to think is everybody is in YOLO mode, and spending money they don't have, credit card that's blowing up. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I put a video on that last week, right? I said,
Yeah,
that's like we're addicted to that, and but you know what? I have also figured out that we can't pull the chair now. It's too late, right? The music is going to continue, and I'm not smart enough to figure out when the music is going to end. I just go
yeah.
with the flow. I just go with the flow, my man. That's all there is to
But
it.
one thing that I was thinking about, and by the way, I think obviously we had this conversation in April
Mhm.
when the stock bottom, the market bottomed up. We were thinking, oh, it's going to continue going down, and it didn't. Right? I think
Mhm.
Trump
Mhm.
chickened out,
Mhm.
and Basson told him the bonds
Mhm.
are going to blow up. We can't do that. Right?
Mhm.
Basson is a fantastically smart man. Agree, disagree with his views. Is very smart. It's not stupid. You can't do what he did and be not and be not super smart.
Besson?
Bassett.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
he's very, very good. He's very
he's a
intelligent.
he's a genius. So, and by the way, um, I really think when Powell's term expires, he's going to be the new Fed for sure, for sure.
Possibly. I mean, look, I honestly, but the only thing that I'm actually going to talk about that this week. The only thing that I'm curious about is, well, when this administration actually is pretty easy to read now, right? What they'll do is they'll float it first and then they'll deny it, right? Like tariffs were done the same way. They'll do it and then they'll take it back. And then just to see the reaction, right? They did that last week. They said, "Oh, Powell is about to get fired," and you know what happened, right? Bonds, interest rates shot up, market sold off. I think it's going to be negative if they do fire. You know, because it's a symbolic thing. Him getting fired is a symbolic thing. I think what happens is that this may be the administration that nullifies the independence of the Fed. And Fed, I do believe they're independent body, right? And I think it's going to be the first time we're going to experience that the administration is the Fed now, as opposed to having an independent body of bunch of bankers figuring out money supply and stuff. So that's going to be interesting to see. But I don't know. Um, I think the reason the market's doing what it's doing is, again, I talked about this last week, and maybe I don't know. I don't think you have any time to watch my videos, but I talked about global money supply and M2 U.S. money supply.
Yep, and them too. I watched the M2 video. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
just
one of the things
it's
that
just it's just
going crazy.
and that's just money in circulation that has to chase a return, and it goes into Bitcoin, it goes into gold. Look at gold today, basically all-time high, stocks all-time high. Real estate is getting a little shaky, but it's gone up so much that I don't think it makes a difference if it's pulled back 10% here and there. But that's what I think we are. That's why I said we can't pull the chair now. I mean, we're too late now. We just
Well,
can't
the
stop the music.
M2, I mean, the M2, when they decided to print a couple $1 trillion
Yeah,
during COVID, I think that's when the cat was out of the bag, and I think that when you have this much money circulating,
yeah,
we always talk about the Tina trade, right? There is no
yeah,
alternative. The money
yeah,
has to go into stocks. And I was talking to my son this week. He's interested. He wants to know. He found out that you could put money and get more money without actually working. So he's like, "What? Free money?" I said, "Doesn't work that way." But we were having
yeah,
a long discussion. He's so excited. He's like, "I have $28 in my gift card account. Can I put it in the stock market?" I said, "Well, get a job. We'll get a job first, and then
yeah,
we'll make deposits, and you will see your money grow."
yeah,
Right? I showed him one of my balances, and he was like, "Oh my god, can I get in?" I'm like, "I'll get you in." So we were
yeah,
talking. He was asking me, "Why does the stock market just go up indefinitely?" And I said, when the retirement system changed and pensions were done with, um, companies, we used to put pension money on bonds. Government treasury bonds was a much bigger part of what your investment portfolio,
yeah,
the 64 portfolio, everybody knew that.
yeah.
Nobody follows that anymore. Like if you put
No.
money in bonds, you just the money in bonds is ridiculous. Like
Oh,
there's
that's
not enough
that's
money
lost
there.
money. I mean, it's
That's
just
lost money.
yeah,
I mean, you may protect yourself against inflation, but the money's not growing, right? So the thing that I need to work with you on is my account is 90% cash, right? It's
okay.
crazy. I really struggle investing, any kind of like meaningful money at all time highs.
Yeah,
And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, man, can I get a pullback to at least feel better about coming in and dollar cost average, to something.
yeah.
But
Well,
I'm going
I
to
think
start.
what you
I have
did
to do
is
something with the money.
you
It's just a
missed
lot of
what
money parked there.
the premise of a lot of people joining was, um, a lot of you are comfortable selling puts, right? And which is fine, but and the returns could be reasonably good. But if you take your taxes out, because it's all short-term trading mostly, if you take out inflation, you're not going to be left with much. All I'm saying is you know directionals is a must. If you don't do directional bets, you're not going to get your 60, 70, 80% a year. You're just not going to. Okay. You can get your 2, 3% a month and you'll be okay with that. But then if you do all the calculations, and if you do look at a S&P 500 chart adjusted to inflation, it's not as, it hasn't gone
It's
up as much
beautiful.
as
It's
people think it
beautiful,
has
as
gone up.
everybody says. Yeah, you're right
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So my thing is you got to take directionals, and the directionals, having directional bets is not easy, but it's something I've done for forever, and I think I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm great at it, but I'm okay at it. But that's what I think the adjustment has been for all the members who are in the group to learn to take directionals and how do we do synthetics and how do we do this, how do we do that outside, because it's gonna look, if you're selling a put, your expectation is for that equity underlying to go higher or stay the same, you know and well, if it's going to go higher and everything else is going higher, and if you put on a
Why not?
call.
Why not take the directional bet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's turbocharges all your returns, like literally supercharge, turbocharge all your returns. So I think that's what they have learned. And they're executing. I mean, my gunslinger, holy crap, bro. That guy is just fun. Just
Who is your gunslinger?
Doug, Doug, Doug.
Is that
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't had a lot of time with Doug. So what is it? I need to be on the group a little more often. Doug is
okay.
going
I,
crazy.
I, I will like talk something about on Wednesday. Like I'll explain him how to short stocks or how to do this. Bro, I
He'll do
explained
it.
him how to short stocks. I was short a bunch of stocks. I'm still short a couple of things. And he made more money than me shorting things. I mean,
My father-in-law.
he didn't know
Let
short
me
if
tell
he
you
didn't
something that happened
miss the
last
week
week.
before.
I gotta talk to you about a trade. My
Yeah.
father-in-law knows little to nothing about the stock market, and he
Oh,
benefits from it so much. He
okay.
came to me, APLD, Applied Digital,
Yeah.
and there was a pullback. I looked at the chart and I
Yeah.
said, "Look, it's in a downtrend. You're hitting the 200. Are you going to bounce? Are you not going to bounce?" He says, "Oh, I think they're going to bounce." Like he has this intuition
Yeah.
about bouncing. What I appreciate about him is that when he takes the trade, so he
Yeah.
took a trade APLD, he got in at around like $9. It went down a little more. He dollar cost averaged down because I taught him that.
Okay.
And he picked up, and the stock just went crazy because of earnings. He made 25 grand.
Yeah.
I
No, I
said,
mean, look, but I
"What the
mean, you know
hell
what?
is going on?"
I think look, I think a lot of, I was just talking before you came on, right? A lot of people don't know any better, and they have been programmed that everything always goes up.
That's true.
And
You know, that is true.
my thing is, and me, we have experience that we know not everything goes up all the time,
That is
and
true.
we've been slapped by Mr. Market a few times. So my thing is, it's all good. If you can do it, I think people who don't know as much, I think they do better because they just don't
They
think of
just
the risk.
they don't
They
think too
just
much.
go,
Absolutely.
this is how this works. This is easy,
Yep.
right? Like your son is trying to get into it. So there is a couple of questions. Let me answer these. And then when you say directional, do you mean buying leaps or buying shares? All of the above.
All of the
Synthetics,
above. Yeah.
short-term calls, doesn't have to be leaps. Leaps,
But
I
I
don't
think,
touch
but
it.
let me make a comment about something that you said. If you want to own the stock, so this is
Yeah,
something I'm learning with you because obviously the the challenge that I have is always shaking my boots on a trade. I get off too early, and
yeah.
But Lulu, I'm letting that play out. I rolled Lulu to 245.
Okay.
It's now 225.
Yeah.
I'm still in the trade. Nike, I kicked that baby up to October. We're holding. I'm not even touching those trades. It's there. So
Okay.
I think if you want to own a stock, right, and it's in the right, I think you said something to me last time we spoke that made a lot of sense to me, Marcio. Lulu's great, but Lulu's not in a bounce back. You were catching a falling knife. Don't do a synthetic when the stock is just absolutely getting, hammered. The best way to do a synthetic is stock is in an uptrend, things are looking good. You go and sell the put, So if you get a sign, no biggie, but you're playing the upside together with the put. I think that's the secret sauce. And if it's in a downtrend, things are going to hell. You sell the call
Yeah.
and you short, right?
Yeah.
And you short the stock.
I
So
you know what? I think a lot of people, and but putting on a synthetic is not as easy as people think it is. I mean, the structure is simple, but which strikes to pick,
well,
which
that's you are 1000% sure. I still
which
don't know that part.
expiration. Yeah.
Yep, agree.
Because look, when you're doing a synthetic, you're dealing with the double D's, right? And they're not about breasts. It's like eh, direction and duration, man. You got to be right. You can't if you're not right on direction and duration. That's why 90% of the people who do directional bets in the market lose.
Lose,
And
yeah.
and to
And
me, it's like,
most of the time, everybody, I think most of the time, my fault is I may give the trade too much time. So I have too much theta, and when the stock does move in my direction, I don't get that big bump.
you have
Gamma
to.
doesn't help me, right?
Yeah,
Gamma doesn't help me because I have too much theta. I got too much duration on the options.
yeah.
I'm going to do begin. I'm going to go on vacation, so
Okay,
I'll be in Puerto Rico for 7 days, just with
okay.
my family. When I come
Have fun.
back, August, we start a campaign. I'll take anything you take, smaller size, of course, because you're a crazy person. But I'll take everything that you take, smaller size, and I am actually planning a trip to California to go meet you and the rest of the game.
Oh,
Whoever's
sure.
in LA
Well, we have a
in
couple in
person.
California.
So,
Look, look.
and we'll go
Well,
get get some tacos.
yeah, absolutely. But you know what, Marcia? First of all, have a great time with your family. Enjoy the vacation.
Absolutely,
Number one.
I'll send some
Um,
pictures over.
so with all this ups and downs, right? Um, I am convinced that I think the members are learning so much, seriously,
Oh,
so much
no doubt about it.
that some are shy and doing what they do, but then I'm truly enjoying it. I really am. I'm not doing it for the money, right? It's
Of
not
course
like
not. There's not enough money.
what are we
I mean,
doing here?
I tell
But I'm enjoying it.
my wife is always like, who are you talking to? It's like, that's my friend Sergio. And she says, what are you doing? So we're talking stocks. And the,
Yeah.
the, so the thing that I tell everybody, right, about the group, because when I have time, obviously I like to talk to Zavin, to yourself, to the rest of the group. I think trading alone is tough.
Oh,
Um, it's really, really tough. That's why boiler rooms do so well, because you exchange ideas, people talking to each other, um, and trading alone is miserable. I mean, I did it for when I was unemployed for 6 months. I traded, made money, right, helped
yeah.
pay the bills, and I was trading every day, zero DTE. That was my bread and butter, and trading with people. I actually joined a group not because I needed help, but just because I needed to talk to people. I was just
Oh, no,
alone
no,
with.
absolutely. Yeah. I think you know what happens is that, I'll leave you with this is, um, in trading, you need confidence, right? We all need confidence. And as a trader, I know I run hot, I run cold. There is no ifs and buts about it, right? And I know when I'm hot, and that's when I press. And I know when I'm cold, and that's when I reduce,
Pull
right?
back. Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you're looking at the community page, but like for about a month here, I've had 14, 15 positions on. 15. That's a
I saw
lot
it. I
for
saw
me,
it. Yeah.
right? So I know I'm warm, hot, reasonably, and I'm pressing and I'm pressing and I'm pressing, and now I'm just reducing everything, right? Because it feels like I don't want to fight the market going higher, but it can go higher without me from this point on for a little bit. The other thing is the group, also has members in it that go hot and cold, and I can tell. So the group helps me actually, because all we need to do now, we need to figure out who's hot in the group. Everybody follow that person, right? Because it's like shooting a three, bro. I'm gonna keep giving you the ball. You just keep chucking it. It's all good. We're just gonna go with you, and then that person gets cold, another one picks up. Because with me, let's say if I'm hot 2 months and cold 2 months and hot 2 months, well, on those 2 months, I'm kind of, I'm waiting. But then now I can tag along with whoever's hot in the group, and we can just kind of be always hot, basically. Every
Of
the whole
course.
year we can be hot. Just follow the hot lead, and that's why I like the group. Not because I mean, I like the characters in there. There are some good characters in there, but but anyway. So
Well,
so
I wanted, I wanted to.
On Lulu,
Oh,
actually, because you said it, I am uh, uh, I'm watching it really really closely. I would like it to make a lower low, which it is just about now.
like 225. That
Um, I,
225
I
level is.
I think there's like a bullish divergence developing there. I think I'm just gonna put on my synthetic and be happy with it.
Well, let me tell
But
you what I think. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen. So there's a double bottom for me.
I
The
wanted to make a lower low. I wanted to break 200 actually.
You think so?
I would like
I
it
don't know.
to. I would like it to.
I mean, I have to bail that I have to bail out at one point because I'm 2 grand down with my position now, and I want to own the stock, but I don't want I want to continue rolling to see if I can get a sign at a lower at a
Yeah.
lower cost.
No, no.
But my
I'm looking at
mine's
technicals.
at August 11, so I'm close. It's not the end of the world. Like my new position, the 245. I roll to
No.
August 11. I'll roll it to maybe I'll roll it to 40. I'll just keep slowly rolling that trade,
Okay.
and it'll catch up with me, eventually. But we'll see. We'll see
Well,
what happens.
I don't know about owning it. All I want to do is I want to trade it between probably 205 and 260 range.
That stock, I'm telling you, like it's a Karen trade. I
Yeah.
look at my wife. That's all she wears.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I look at
Yeah.
her friends. That's all they wear. Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
it's like hard to bet against the Karen stock, but the Starbucks and Target, like the Karen trade worked really well during COVID. Like you could not lose money with a Karen stock.
Yeah.
That trade's not doing so hot, not doing so
Well,
hot now, but it'll be okay.
I look, I don't, I have zero attachment to any of that stuff. Like I just kind of go, okay, this looks right, and then you execute. But okay, thanks for coming on, man.
No,
It's
you're
great
the
to
best.
see. It's great to see you, by the way, because honestly, I personally DM'd you, bro.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see. I don't have. I'm gonna
I'm
put
like, the
notifications on.
guy's dead. The guy's
No, no,
dead.
no, no, no.
He's
I
like
promise.
dead. He
I'm gonna
did
put
something
notifications.
in Miami, and then he got into drugs or some shit. I don't know. I'm going like, what? What? This is
No,
like,
no, no, no. It,
you
it,
know?
I don't have notifications on for Telegram, but I'm going to put it on
Oh, well,
so
good thing you
so
don't,
it
because it's flying every day now. Now it's like 8,000 messages every
That's
day.
exactly.
So,
I can't. That's why I took it off because I
well,
couldn't work. But
okay, how about this? Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
I'm gonna put for you.
At least once every 3 days or so, okay, say, hey, hi, and then turn the notifications off again.
Perfect. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So we
I'll
know
see you
you're
later.
alive. So we know you're
You're the
alive.
best. Bye.
Okay, bye. See you later. All right. We have a new member. SJ Taveras. Taveras. All right, SJ. Email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com. In fact, I'll put it here. Sorry, my microphone is in the way. That's the email address. You email it to me, I will send you the Telegram chat group link, and then you can join the madness. Yeah. So what are we doing? Are we done? No. Yes, I'm in. Let's grow together. Well, you're gonna enjoy. You're gonna learn. I don't know what you know, but you will. You when you leave, you will know more than you showed up with. You know what I mean? And you turn on your notifications, by the way, so that you get I do a members live every Wednesday between like 3 and 5 p.m. Pacific. That's when we do the one-on-one and whatever. So let's go to the positions. Let's see what's happening in the marketplace. So I post my positions every day for the regular subscribers on the community page of the YouTube channel. Go check it out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Full transparency. So the way you can judge that or look at it is, okay, you look at a position on Monday. If it's there, if it's not there on Wednesday, that means something happened to it. And the prices are there, my cost is there, my losses are there, my gains are there, everything is there. The problem with that is if you can just look at that and tag along, again, none of this is financial or trading advice, neither is the Telegram chat group, is that if you do tag along, doing what I'm doing there, posting, I may just get out on Tuesday. By the time I post Wednesday, it's gone and they may have gone against you. So there's a lag factor there, okay, for the regular subscribers. However, it's still more information than I think anybody puts out. I've looked at a few YouTube channels. Nobody posts their account positions, for God's sakes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The members, though, get my positions at the end of each day. They get my current positions, and during the market hours, they get my trades live. Again, none of it is trading or financial advice. When I do post it, all you guys have to do is says, oh, okay, this is what he did, and this is what he did, and this, you do it, you do it. Now, what I do is very risky. I don't recommend it for anybody, but you know, I mean, equity all-time high is equity all-time high. I'm not going to question that one. Well, it was until now. We'll see how it is. Let's go to the positions. Trim. I'm down to 6. Actually, the last one is done too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, down to 6 positions. And those are minuscule. I think I'm like 85% cash now. But, you got to take the money, man. Thank you. I will send it to you as soon as I get off here. All right, where are we? We are we're short, we're long. Well, we're more short now. We're not short actually. So I trimmed. I was long AAPU, which is 2x ETF of Apple. Took some small profits, not much because they're killing the IV in there. Still long 20 options, no big deal. I was short fuel cell puts, long fuel cell calls. I was long 90 calls. I trimmed 50 of those today with decent profits. I bought the puts back with decent profits. I'm still long 40 October 5s, which are deep in the money. They're 50 cents in the money. I'm going to keep those. I like the stock quite a bit. So those are October 5s. My cost is 95 cents. They're about $1.10. I was long 90. I trimmed 50. And I was short 10 August 6 puts. Sometimes I sell deep in the money puts. People go like, why are you saying selling deep in the money puts? Well, I want to make money. Long story short, that's where I covered those puts. So I'm only, okay, that's done. I am short 2,500 shares, physical shares of Joby Aviation. I'm short at 16, but last week I sold super high IV premium puts, expired, all worthless. I don't know what my cost basis is, but it's definitely higher than 16. Stock is 17.49. Today is, I think, will be the first red day in about 10 days on that garbage. I expect that thing to die a miserable death that it deserves. $15 billion market cap with not a red cent of revenue. Forget profits. Okay, that thing's going to die. I'm going to press that thing. I'm short 5,000 shares of Lithium Corp, Lithium America. Average cost 333. Stock is 324. Although last week I sold weekly calls on it, took in about 12 and a half, 13 cents. So my cost is about 320. So I'm basically even on that. I'm short 2,200 shares of SoFi shares, short shares. I put out the puts again today. I've been shorting the stock and selling the puts is the same as buying the stock and selling the call. It's called a covered put. I'm short 2,200 shares at 19.50, but I think my cost is way over 20 and a half range. Stock is 21.45. I sold this morning. I started selling 21 and a half puts, 21 puts, and 20 and a half puts. If you guys don't understand it, I'll explain it to you at some point. I trimmed this position as well, but I'm keeping it for now. Soundhound, SOUN. Short puts, long calls. but I was also short the 22 calls, which I bought back with profits. So now we'll see where this goes. This is exactly what a synthetic looks like. This is going out to September. Short September 13, puts long September 15 calls, same size, 10-10. This position changed quite a lot, actually. So again, all of this is going to be posted on the community page, but it's going to be posted live on the members group. And TSSI I was short puts, long calls, and short calls. So basically, I shorted the puts at 20 puts when the stock was about 21 at 260. I bought them all back today at 90 cents, 85 cents. So obviously good, but I went long the 22 and a half calls and sold the 30 calls. So with the money I sold the puts from or for, I spent bulk of it, not all of it, bulk of it on a 22 and a half 30 call debit spread. And those turned into an absolute money machine, meaning I think my cost was about 240 on the calls. They're still 550. I sold them all about 550 to 6 range today, and then bought the calls back, bought the puts back, so close that position. So we can do this now. So when I do this, that means there's no position there. So everything highlighted is an open position. Should I sell puts on Joby? No, I think that thing is going to die. So I'm net short, actually, if you guys look at it. I mean, I'm only long like some few options here and there, and short shares. I want to be short the market without a question. But all we're doing is going higher. So why am I questioning that? I'm not that smart. I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. Let's look at some charts. I'm going to do one of these live streams called not technically. What should we call it? Technically speaking, or something. I mean, I'm okay reading charts, but charts don't tell you shit. They tell you the past. They don't tell you the future. Well, here we go. We'll just keep grinding higher and higher and higher. There's a potential bearish divergence developing here on SPY. I want to buy some index puts, but then I don't need to because I'm short shares now. I don't need to hedge myself. Let's go through a couple of Max 7s. Apple tried to break out, still trying to break out above 200 EMA. That's why I'm keeping those AAPU calls, 20 of them, nothing major. I'll just go into what I'm long. I'm not long as much. TSSI was the one I was long. Beautiful trade, bounce off 50 EMA. We were short, actually. Actually, if you guys look, I'll put the label. You know what? I think they fixed the labels, which is great. Okay, so see, I was short the stock. Doug made more money than me. I was short about 31. Initially, bought it back about 26. Then went long. So TSSI I have a good handle on, making good money there. SoFi, I'm short shares. You guys can tell I'm short all the way up. Kind of roll over now. MACD's kind of rolling over, but I'm selling puts. So if the stock is below 21 and a half, I'll get a sign, close the short position. If it's below 21, I'll get a sign, close the short position. If it's below 20 and a half, this is coming this Friday. I don't do more than weeklies when I sell those. And this is Joby. I'm short 2,500 shares. First red day. If we do close red, if we take out 16 and a half on this thing's going to die. This thing is selling. It's just parabolic. Parabolic shorts are one of my favorite trades. You got to be really careful with these, though. You got to size correctly, and you got to understand the risks. When you short shares, your risk is unlimited. So if you're not equipped or understand what this means, don't do it. Again, none of this is trading or financial advice. We were talking with Marcia about Lulu. I would like the stock to make a lower low. There is a bullish divergence developing. Gold, massive update, still hasn't broken out yet. I want to go with a breakout. I want to trade NUGT when it does with a synthetic. What else am I watching? On pullback, I love Lemonade, not the lemonade itself, but the stock. I think it's just consolidating here before the next leg up. Rumble, did I miss it? Yeah, well, I don't want to be long too many things. I do like these types of setups, by the way, these like cup of handles kind of a thing. Technicals, I pay attention to technicals, obviously, but morally fundamentals, short interest, cash positions, free cash flow, what's happening with the company fundamentally, you need to pay attention to it. I like the Chinese names a lot. Alibaba is one, Billy is the next one that I'm really fond of. Mainly, look, you guys got to find uptrends. So let's go through the crazy group, Robinhood. I actually posted it. I traded it on the short side and made money, but then I ain't touching it. But in fact, in my group, I said I want to go short 10 stocks, and here are the groups. Actually, I want to go short. I even wrote it down. First one on my list was Oklo going short, and that would have worked out beautifully already. And I did short that before. Next one was MP. Let's see where this list I made up on yesterday. Actually, going through the charts. Still not too late. MP good short. Rocket Lab I want to short. See, all of you are like, "What is this guy crazy or what?" I'm like, no. ASTS I want to short. Now that I shorted before, made money. I think yes, that's going to be the next candidate. AV I want to short when it does retest the old high. METC I want to short. Yeah, well, most of the stuff I want to short actually is red. I want to short Palantir. These are all short-term trades, folks. We're not shorting for life. Upstart I want to short. That's a kind of a double top. Okay. AEVA I wanted to short. Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that. Yeah, huge candle down. And I want to short Hood. Yeah. Okay, so why am I doing this, right? You guys are going to go short. Like, well, stonks only go up, Serge. They don't go down. Oh, no, they do go down. When you just got to time it correctly, though. It's really difficult. It's a lot easier to buy and sell it higher. So if you don't understand the mechanics, please educate yourself or show up to a members live, which most members have figured out how to short things now, because they do go down about 3-4 times faster than they go up. Well, since you guys are mostly long, let's see. What else we got? Just looking at my watch list. Yeah, ASTS, I will be short before the day is out. Oh, obviously, we should talk about Bitcoin and stuff, right? IBIT, consolidating still. Strategy, Genius, Michael Saylor. BITX is it? Oh, Tesla. Tesla's earnings are coming out this week. Oh, it's red now. It was up like 5-6 this morning. That's still consolidating, going sideways. There will be a trade there this week, maybe after the earnings. I ain't touching it before the earnings. And Google has earnings this week. I am long Google in my investment account at 144 range. Got lucky, not gonna. So in my investment account, I sold 50% of U. I bought it at 21.5. Target was 40. Almost got to 40. I still have 50% position. I'm long Nike. And I am long Kava. Those I tried to keep for a year and a day to take advantage of long-term capital gain structure as opposed to jockeying for short-term trading. Coinbase. Why is that stock here? I have no idea. I'm going to add that to my short list. Again, when I do short things, I'm trying to make short few hundred shares, maybe 1,000, couple thousand shares, and make like 3-5 points. And those all add up to your account equity. For everyone who hasn't seen me before, I trade account equity. I don't trade individual stocks. Let's see. What else is going on? If you guys have any questions on stocks, just post it up. I'll take a look at it. HIMS. Everybody's interested in HIMS and HERS. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of going sideways. I'll give it a shot at 40. Not here. Lulu, I definitely want to put on a synthetic on that at some point. The internet has gone crazy about Oscar Health. Made a ridiculous amount of money on Oscar Health on its way up. Members can attest to it when I say it. And then I took actually small losses because I had rolled my puts up, rolled my calls up. I had synthetics on. And when it broke down, I go like, I ain't touching it. Okay, this thing looks like it could probably go to 12. Earnings are out on that. Everybody loves this stock. I don't know why, but it's up to them, not up to me. I'm long 5,000 shares of this puppy. Actually, that's building a bull flag. I like it. It's mineral stock. Meta earnings are coming out too. What else? My list is getting longer and longer. Netflix earnings were good, but they sold it off, obviously. Even if the earnings are good. Oh, Nvidia. For $4 trillion company. Did you guys know that Nvidia is worth more than like few global stock markets put together just as a company itself? That time's coming up to short that thing too. People are like, why are you negative? I'm not negative. I'm trying to make money. I'm trading. That's called trading. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make 100% on my trading account. That's all I'm trying to do. If you don't trade, what are you going to do? Just selling cash secured puts and getting 3%, whatever is not going to do it. Reddit earnings are coming out this week. I like that chart actually, but I don't trade around earnings, by the way. Ooh, I was short this puppy. Made 20 points on it. There's the tags, by the way. And then it went down another 15. On the 50 average, I'll give that a crack. Sezzle is the symbol SEZL, just like I did with TSSI. SoFi's earnings are next week, not this week. Yeah. Probably sold the puts too high, but it's okay. It's time to close this short and focus on the other ones. TLT, which is the interest rate. Big move today. I don't know what got into it. That's why the market's higher too. Market loves higher interest rates. I mean, lower interest rates, obviously. Just going through my list. Urban. One of my members put that up. Great freaking chart, bro. Man, beauty. Urban Outfitters. This is what we do, man. They put up ideas. I put up ideas. We ride. I traded this billion times. Love the stock. It's going. Yeah. I took profits last time I sold it. It's gone higher. We ride and Pony AI. Actually, that's winding up too. We need to keep an eye on that, folks. Members, pay attention. We ride and Pony. Yeah, that's where we are. All right, let's go to the front. Okay, shorts are down, longs are up. That's what you want when you're trading. I don't know. Do I want to mess with rum actually? At all? Do I? I like that chart, man. Maybe give it a day. That looks nice. That looks very nice. Ooh, one of my members said MVTS. That's melting up, Doug. Good on you, bro. Yeah. All my shorts actually that I thought I should short in the morning, but I was so busy this morning doing other things. Yeah, these are all double topping here. Okay. All right. I think the trade is going to be NUGT. If interest rates are going to get cut, We're going to have a massive gold move. Gold's going to 4,000. Bitcoin is going to 150,000 on this leg. Let's take a look at gold trade. NUGT is the 2x ETF of gold miners, by the way, instead of trading GLD itself. What kind of trade can we put on? What kind of damage can we do? Go out to September. Index is 76.85. Let's get super aggressive. 75s and 80s. They're about even. Sell the 75 puts. Buy the 80 calls. And then let's sell the 95 calls. Almost $3 credit. How much is this going to cost me for 5 options? 16,000. Reasonable. But let's go super aggressive. Super aggressive. Meaning sell the 80 puts. Buy the 80 calls. Sell the 90 calls. Or, yeah, 95s. What's the measurement? It's probably going to get up to about 95. Yeah, sell the 95s. Give it some place. $5.50 credit. Okay, $3 credit for the selling the 75 puts. 80 calls, 95 calls. Or, you guys see this is called a synthetic. Synthetic with a call debit spread. Selling the puts. Taking some of that money, but make sure we're left with credit. So when you do this, you're willing to get assigned, by the way. I don't like rolling bullshit. Be a man. Just fucking be a man. Roll this, roll that. Bullshit. Just bunch of bullshit. Or take the loss and get out. You know, I don't subscribe to let's roll this and roll that. I'm like, okay, good luck. Yeah, 280 credit versus 5.5 credit. So 5.5 credit puts me at 75, which is below. This puts me at 72. So what I'm doing is I'm always make sure, even after I buy the calls and sell the calls, I end up with a credit. So 277 credit, 75 minus 280 is 7220. Do I want to own NUGT at 7220? And then you go look at it. I do own it. I don't mind. So when you do that, you're doing it. The reason you're doing that is because you want to turbocharge your return. I mean, if this thing breaks out, the measurement, actually, members, remind me of that. We'll talk about how to measure things. So 57 to 82 is 25. 70, 25 is 95. That's why I'm selling the 95 calls. Should we start nibbling? Sell the 75 puts, buy the 80 calls going out to September, and sell the 95 calls. 287 credit, $3 credit. Okay, I'm going to do this by the end of the day, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to talk myself into it. As gold breaks out, because of lower interest rates or whatever now, and UGT is just going to go nuts. This is just, a lot of people will draw lines. I don't really pay attention too much to that. Yeah, this pattern is deadly. It's just like here. Gold's going to go to 4,000. I'm going to keep printing money. Am I talking to myself? What is happening? Okay, anyway, let me get to the front. Enter some question. Okay. Questions. What about rum? Yeah, I'm not negative on the market, but I think it's like a market mover, so I'll take a look at that too. Joby, what earnings, bro? Doesn't have any earnings. Doesn't even have a red cent in revenue. $15 billion company. If you guys think Palantir expensive, you want to see the poster child of expensive as Joby, I'm going to short the shit out of that thing. I'm going to short the shit out of it. I'm going to short more. I think it's going to 10. Even at 10 is probably expensive. Get all these YOLOers burned a little bit, make them a little bag holders. Sergio, I have a question. Okay, I have SoFi. 5 SoFi leave for January 2026. Okay. Last year, you must be swimming in cash. Yes, you are. Good. No. Were you underwater? Why don't you grab the link and come on? Let's see your face. Were you underwater? I bet you were. We don't do cover calls on this chat. We despise cover calls. That's kissing your sister doing cover calls. Poor man cover calls, longing the leaps by selling the short-term calls. Sure you can. I mean, you don't want to let go of your profit. What is your expectation of SoFi? To the moon? I don't know. Yeah, of course you can. I guess. You're new, so I'm not going to insult you too much. But when you do join the chat, you will learn we don't do cover calls. I don't do cover calls. And cover calls are kissing your sister, bro. Either hold it, make your money, get the F out, forget about covered this, covered that. Yeah, keep rolling. Rolling. And bro, like, what are we doing? Just be a man. Sell the put. Stop rolling. Get assigned. That's why you sold the put for. Why are we selling calls? Selling calls don't do shit. Well, I'm sure there's opposite opinions of me on that. All selling calls does is stop you from making actual money because it'll cap your upside, and then you'll keep rolling. And then you want to do it with credit, obviously, but nobody figures out I'm losing money every time I roll on the short side, right? Because you're in the money now. Now you have to kick the can down the road further and further to roll with credit. What kind of trading is that, bro? We're trading. Who cares about that 2% that you're going to get in a cover call that's not going to protect you? Tomorrow we get a crash. You think that 2% cover call is going to protect you? Hell no. Well, we had a crash. You know, the option dude here, there's a guy here that says prints money all the time. He goes, oh, cover calls are printing money. I'm like, yeah, how much protection did that give you when the hood went from 70 to 30? Bro, we're here to trade. We're not here to kiss our sister. All we're doing is just trade. Take losses, take gains, look at your account equity. That's it. Yeah, it's definitely not my style. You will learn a lot. If the Fed doesn't lower interest, Fed has nothing to do with nothing. You're overreading it now. Zero. You're overreading it now. None of this have anything to do with interest rates. None. We just print. As long as the printing machines don't stop, party will continue. The second the printing machines stop, the second they actually work on the debt and the deficit and have a balanced budget, everything will crash. There you go. My 2 cents. Hey, remember? Yes, gold. Why do you think, guys, why do you think gold is 3,200? Why do you think Bitcoin is 120,000? Why do you think stock markets are at an all-time high? Because we print, and then we put it out there in M2. That stops, all of you will die. All of you will go broke. When you sell the cash security puts, oh, market only goes up. I'm like, no, market doesn't only go up. Then we can show you guys how to really make money, actually. Mojo, what's up? DC? There you go. The old you would have just hung on to that thing for a while. Yeah, man. Kissing your sister. What's selling calls? Just fucking hold the leaps. Just hold it. You're up 150%. Have a number in your mind. If it goes down to 125, I'm out. Have a number in your head. But let it go. Let it run. It's a good horse, right? SoFi is a good horse. You're the jockey. You're like pulling back and like selling cover calls. Let me just slow you down a little bit. I'm like, no, bro. The horse is like a thoroughbred. Let it go. I mean, my opinion. Anyway. Yeah, it is. It's just abomination. Whoever created that wanted to steal your cheap stocks from you guys. Yes, you learned. You would have. I'll be at X. You're all sold. Yeah, all you would have lost all that premium. I am number one. I'm very honest. I'm brutal. So you're gonna see in the chat. I'm like, once in a while I'll lose my shit, and then I'll treat them like traders, and then I go, what am I doing? Like, that's embarrassing. I call it the way I see it. If you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. But there's proof. There's experience behind it. I've done this a little bit. Okay. Um, Selling cover calls doesn't give you protection on the downside, and selling cover calls doesn't caps your upside. You could have sold cover calls on SoFi since it was 8 in the bottom of the, bottom of the when we bought them in April. You could have bought the damn thing at 8. Ooh, I'm just 1 month out calls. Sell the 9s. Stock is 10. Roll. 11, 12. Roll. 13, 14. Roll. Bro, have some confidence. Commit to it. Hold the damn stock. Cover call. My ass, bro. I can't stand it. Whoever invented that. Jesus. Because all these FinTwits on Twitter, they go, oh, it's 3% a month return. I'm like, no, I want to make 20%. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to. I want to 5x the benchmark. If you're trading, investing, different story. If you're trading, you better 5x the benchmark. Otherwise, don't trade. Do something else. The way I look at it is, yeah. There you go. Listen to a member, SJ. Welcome to hell. No, look, there is a point for cover calls. I saw cover calls on that 5,000 shares of LAC I own. It was 1 day out. Okay, so hear me out, folks. Okay, this is the way I look at cover calls. Now I've sold puts on SoFi and I'm short, but they go out like a week, maybe 3 days. That's it. That's my limit. I ain't going out selling like 2 month out cover calls. Bro, in 2 months, that stock could double. So I missed my double because I'm stuck now. I'm in prison, cover call prison, and then comes back to 10. Let's say I bought something at 10, right? Sold the 12 calls. Good. I'm looking to make 20%. Amazing. Well, the stock goes from 10 to 20 back to 10. By the time my calls are going to expire worthless because I made 20%. In the meantime, with a move like 10 to 20, I would have made 100% and be out of there already. Or even if I didn't cash the 100, I would have made 75%. What are we doing here, right? All I'm saying is if you are trading, not investing is completely different. But I know a lot of people who start investing, long-term investors, traders, day traders, swing traders, and then they become long-term investors. Because, why? Because they don't know how to take a loss. Take a fucking loss. That was the point of contention last weekend. I was like, take a loss, bro. Don't hope for the market to save your ass. It's not going to happen every time. Just because it happened last 3 years. Let me explain to you. In 2008, if you didn't take a loss, you're gone to zero. If you didn't, right? All these banks, Washington Mutual, Countrywide Credit, I was short all of these things. If you didn't take a loss, where would you be? You need to take a loss. All you need to do, folks, in trading, 10 trades, 5 winners, 5 losers. Can you double your account size, account value? Most of you are going to go, no, absolutely you can. 50% gainers on the winners, 25% losers on the losers, your account will double with 50-50. Do that. That's a lot easier than selling cover calls, watching the damn thing go up, then come back, then go up, then the roller coaster. I ain't messing with that shit, bro. I'm on fire today. How you become a member? You go to YouTube channel, you click join, and then you email me, Sergio@sergioavedian.com. The link is up there somewhere, and then I'll send you the Telegram chat group link. That's how you do it. Anyway, any other questions? No questions? Let's take a look one more time. Let's see where we are. May all your shorts go down, and may all your longs go up. I want to do the nugget trade before I go. Let's just put on 5. Where are we? Right here. We have way too much cash. Ooh, shorts are dying. Who was it that laughed at me in the group today? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Which one of you fools? Was it Luis? Was it you? You laughed at me. Oh, everything is going down except Joby. You wait. He who laughs last. Oh, Zero Kane was laughing at me too. Were you laughing at me that I'm short stocks? Okay. All right. Lesson learned. Anyway, what are we doing? We're doing NUGT. Where is it? Well, let's do it. Let's put on 5. Let's get a fresh quote. Do we do it with gold or NUGT? No, NUGT. Let's turbocharge the turbocharger. What are we doing? 76.44. Maybe we can get $3 out of it now. Oh, let's just put on 5. We'll suffer the consequences. This is like anticipating a breakout, which I usually don't do, but that's why I scale in, I scale out. I'll just start with small size. Sizing is the most important thing you're going to learn if you do join the members. Whereas we don't YOLO. We're selling the 75 puts. We're buying the 80 calls. We're selling the 95 calls. $3.07. Hell yeah. Confirm. Done. Boom. Thank you. I could have probably gotten 315. It's okay. So 307. So what do we do? Let's talk about that and we'll finish it. So this position will go up now. Nugget right there. Highlighted. It's open. So we sold the puts at 695. We bought the calls at 660 and we sold the calls at 272. Total 307 credit. Credit. This is a synthetic. Instead of owning Nugget, we did it with options going out to September. Short 75 puts, long 80 calls, short 95 calls. Now, what we can do with this is the 80 calls. If this goes up, we can always sell the 80 calls and create a naked strangle out of this at some point, which I did with TSSI. It turned out to be a beautiful trade. The total cost on this is $18,000 for 5 options. That's because the premium added to it. So this is a directional bet. We want it to go up. We want it to fly. Faster the better. But that's why we do 5s. I'm willing to go up to probably 25 lots on this. And if it doesn't work out, okay, let's assume today is the last day, this September expiration. And NUGT is exactly at 76.55, where it is right now. What do we do? Let's look at that. So we took in $3.07 credit for 5 options combined, all of it. All these options will expire worthless. Correct? Okay. Because stock is above 75, which is above the lowest strike, which is the put. I will take in 3. I put up 15,000 or 14,000 something to do the trade for 5 options, and I took in $1,500 or $1,600. Well, that's 10%. See, that's 10%. But I'm not happy with the 10%. I want this to fly. I want it to go higher. And how much money can we make on the upside? Well, we took in credit. We did it with a credit. Now, if it's below 75, Am I willing to own NUGT at 72? Yes. Fine. That's how it all starts. If you're not willing to own, don't do it. Number two, okay, let's assume it's at 95. Well, the puts are going to go to zero. The calls we bought, the 80 calls are going to be $15, and the calls will be zero. So $3 will turn into 15 on the spread plus the $7, which is 22. So we put up $3, and we're looking at 22. That's 7-1. If NUGT is at 95 at expiration, I like it. That's why we did it. Well, I did it. I don't know about you all. And that's how it works. Okay. Okay. All right. So I did the trade. I'll add to it. Okay. Okay. All right. I answered that question. Go click join. It's on the YouTube channel somewhere in the middle. It'll be a oval button. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. See what I mean? Still laughing. It's down, bro. It's down 50 cents. You're not short, Joby. You have puts. That means nothing. You're not short. I have on my Robinhood account. I even post that, folks. So I have a $1,000 Robinhood account I started with when I started the channel. It's up to like 7,500. I only do directionals there because I can't do anything else but stupid Robinhood. No, not stupid. Robinhood's not stupid. It's just I don't have enough money there to do it. I have like 50 of the 14 puts. That thing goes down to 15. We're going to print, Luis. Let me tell you, that account is doubling if we get there. I YOLO'd into that thing with the Robinhood account. Archer down today. Joby will follow. Well, there's a good pair trade. I want to buy Archer and sell Joby, like pair trade, right? Joby is worth 15 billion market cap. Archer is worth 5 billion market cap. They do exactly the same thing. Why should Joby be 3x of Archer? It shouldn't be. It's going down here regardless. Yes, you need level 3 to do synthetics. No, actually, I don't know. Really? I think you can sell puts and buy calls. Well, you're not there yet anyway. So, Nugent, you sold a 95 call. No, I did a lot more than that. I sold the 75 put for September. These are all September expiration. I sold the 75 put. I bought the 80 call. And I sold the 95 call. So I sold the put, took that money, credit, put it in the bag, like a cash secured put, let's say. I sold that put. I took the money, and I took half of that money that I took in. I took in $7. I took in about 3.5 of it, and I bought a call debit spread, 80 to 95. I spent half of that premium I took in on the 75 puts on that, but I still left with credit. If I explained that correctly. I think I did. That's what I did. It's a directional bet. We want it to go up. But if it doesn't go up, if it stays sideways, everything expires worthless, it's a 10% return. It's pretty decent. But that's like kissing my sister. I don't want to do 10% return. If I'm putting up that kind of money, I mean, it's capital efficient. But if I want to put that kind of money, I want to make money. I want NUGT and gold to break out. Gold to go to 400, NUGT go to 95. Then we're going to make some serious money. Or we're going to lose money. And if it breaks down, I will take the loss and get out. What am I doing? Nothing. Should have closed that up too, but I looked at I was cleaning up the bigger positions. I see it got up to 1355. That's the old resistance, and it's sold off. I'm not doing much, but I'll probably take my $800 loss and get the heck out of Dodge on that one, clean up some more. That's why you do it, take losses. But it's okay. I'll give it a crack. It's September. On the next bounce to 1250, a break even, I'll get the heck out of there. Uh, yeah, you're gonna learn all this stuff, bro. You know, we want to take bets that go directional, and when it goes our way, we want to maximize. We want to make as much money as possible. That's what we want to do. Anyway, all right, folks, I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. Hope all your longs go up. Hope all your shorts go down. Please check out that video on Wednesday. It's coming out on the channel. If you're not a member, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, turn on notifications. I will be back tomorrow talking about this. Powell is talking tomorrow. What if he resigns? Whoa, we're going to jump all over those index puts, but I don't think it will. And I don't think they can fire him. But I'm going to talk about that actually tomorrow. What will happen if he quit or get fired? I don't think you can fire him. I think he'll sue Trump if he fires him. But we'll see. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Can manually set up a synthetic? Yes. How's it a pseudo-synthetic? You sell the put and then you go turn around, buy the call. It's not pseudo-synthetic. You can do it if you're quick enough. Should Powell resign? It'll be extremely bearish, short term. Extremely bearish. Well, they tested it. They floated it last week. You know what happened to the futures and the bonds? Tank City. Bro, you guys need to understand. See, this is what I'm talking about. You should be a member. You'll learn a lot. Uzi. The Fed cannot control interest rates. If you're a member of me, you will feel, or if you're a channel subscriber, you will see that. You will understand that. The Fed cannot control interest rates. The Fed can only control the money supply. The Fed has cut the rates by 100 basis points. What has happened to the 20-year bond, 10-year note? They have gone up 100%. Trump, Fed, Powell cannot control interest rates, just like it's happening in Japan. Governments cannot control interest rates. They have their own mind. They have their own size. It's trillions and trillions of dollars. Fed cannot cut rates. Fed cut the rates 100 basis points. Bond market raised the rates by 100 basis points because it's seeing right through it. Okay? So don't read that stuff like, oh, Fed's going to cut rates and the market will sell off and you'll be like, what happened here? Like, yeah. When you do a synthetic, sometimes. Well, when I do a synthetic, I don't want to own the. Okay, so I did 5, right? 5 lots. So if I were to buy 500 shares of NUGT at 75, it will cost me 37,500. I only did put up 15,000. But then you don't have the double D's you're dealing with, right? Just the duration and direction. You own the stock, you own the stock. But I have to be right, like by September expiration or before, preferably. So the timing of it and then the direction and the duration, I kind of pay attention to charts and some technicals. The structure of the trade or the thesis of the trade is there. The thesis is gold is going to break out and go to 4,000 and NUGT is going to go to 95. It will happen. It looks like it. The probabilities are pretty high that it will. Right? And if you're basing it off charts or if you're basing it on fundamentals, but now you're dealing with time. I'm dealing with 2 cycles of expiration. Today is the first day of the August cycle. So, yeah, I look at charts. I read charts as good as anybody, but charts only tell me what happened. Charts are not going to tell me what's going to happen. So, but the probabilities are pretty high that that will happen. And if it doesn't, I'll take my loss and get out. Yeah, so exactly. So Fed cutting the rates means nothing. Nothing. Go watch TLT. TLT is the 20-year note inverse indicator. If TLT is going up, that means interest rates are going down. And if TLT is going down, that means actual interest rates are going up. Look at TLT. You'll learn. You'll see. A synthetic on SoFi for September would make sense if the factor is interest. See, again, interest rate cuts I don't think are going to make any difference. at all. See, everybody is watching this like, oh, if they cut the rates, it's going to be good for the market. Market's already pricing that in, right? Buy it on news and sell it on fact. And the day they cut the rates, what happened in September when they cut the rates? Market went down 700 points. You guys need to start thinking differently, right? Don't think like the average. On the members group or the channel, we don't think, I can't think average. Everybody is expecting that. That's definitely not going to happen. Do you know how big SoFi's loan portfolio is to benefit from a half-point interest rate cut potentially? No, you do. Analysts don't know. And those are MBAs from Morton. They should know. They don't. What I'm trying to say is that don't read the news. Don't listen to the news. The news is just news, just noise. Earnings, pay attention to earnings, obviously, But to me, the important thing is I already know that. Tell me tomorrow's news. Then I will trade and make a fortune. But nobody knows that either. And it is not, a lot of it is what I say is like, it's truly from experience and what I've seen. And I see the tendency of creating these biases. If they cut rates, it's good for the market. Depends when the market's at. If the market was not at an all-time high, if we were in a recession, we're cutting rates, and it'll be positive for the market. But market's already at an all-time high. Why should it be positive here? Right? So you guys have to start factoring a lot of these things in. Just because lower interest rates are good for the markets doesn't mean they're good when they're already selling at 26 PE for this year and 23 for next year's S&P 500 earnings, which is extremely expensive, with the average being 16, 17. So you guys have to figure all this thing out, right? And people go, oh, they cut the rates, stocks are going to go up. Stocks are already gone up. So anyway, but we do have a saying, don't fight the Fed. But that's because of the supply of the money. Go look at the video I put out last week, M2, money supply. Just watch that. When money supply is going up, everything goes up. When money supply flattens, everything goes down. And then money supply goes back up again. Look at the money. Money in circulation is money supply. M2, global M2 and US M2. Go look at it. It's simple. Google it. You see the correlation. All this is happening is because money supply has gone through the roof, and it has gone through the roof since actually 2008, since GFC, right? With periods of money supply getting taken out of the market, and when that happens, market eats it, and then we go right back up because we can't pull the chair. We can't stop the music. We'll go, I'm telling you folks, I'm going to end with this. Market's going to go down massively, at least to 17p, 16p, if the budget is balanced. If our debt does not grow a trillion every 100 days, if all that is under control, we will have a massive sell-off. And that's my opinion, and my opinion only. So much love. See you guys tomorrow. Trading with Sergio Tuesday edition. May all your longs go up and all your shorts go down. Have a blessed day. I will send you, SJ Taveras, I will send you the chat link in an hour max. So that's that. Have a great day.